I'm Martienne of Acquire Accounting. Welcome to the 21-day Millionaire Mindset Challenge by Fiona Jones. So, have you ever wondered why you are not as wealthy and successful as you should be? Have you earned lots of money in your lifetime but look around you and think, gosh, where did it all disappear to? What have I got to show for all that I've done up to now? I'm an accountant with more than 20 years experience in wealth, success and self-development. I've been working with clients, mentoring and coaching them in relation to achieving wealth and success, incorporating financial freedom. One of the things that has come to my mind working with these clients over the years is that your mindset is crucial to your success. I too, in my life, have had loads of money, businesses, assets, and lived a great high life. But also, at the complete other end of the spectrum, I've had no money, no assets, no business, and living in complete survival mode. I am absolutely convinced that your mindset is the crucial key to mastering financial freedom and being wealthy and successful. So, what is wealth? Well, originally wealth meant well-being. Somebody that was doing what they love and loving what they do. Someone who had their money working for them rather than them working for their money. What is money? Well, money is simply a form of exchange. It has no moral value. It is not good or bad or right or wrong. It's just unfortunate that many people attach emotion to money. It's simply exchanging goods or services for money. So, do you know where your mindset is at in relation to wealth and success? Most of the time, we don't even understand what our mindset is set to. If you're set for struggle or if you're set for success. One of the crucial ways to find out whether or not your mindset is something that needs to be worked on is looking around you and saying, am I as wealthy and successful as I believe I should be? And if the answer to that is no, then it's likely that your mindset is limiting you and blocking you from achieving all the success and achieving those goals and desires. Psychology around wealth represents the beliefs and the perceptions that you have around wealth, success and money. These beliefs and perceptions form a framework, and this framework is the underlying guidance that your subconscious uses for decision making in relation to your wealth and success. Most of our beliefs sit below our conscious level awareness in our subconscious mind. So the framework is your mindset, and I like to call this your blueprint. So your mindset blueprint. Do you know where your mindset blueprint is set at? Your wealth, success and money blueprint dictates whether you are wealthy and successful or not. Your mindset and your blueprint is actually a foundation for achieving all those dreams and desires in your life. If we look around us, all around everyday life, foundations are really important. So your blueprint is your foundation. You wouldn't build a home that didn't have a set of plans and a strong foundation. You want a successful relationship, it needs a strong foundation. As parents, we spend a lot of time setting the foundation of our children's lives to ensure that they grow up to be the best people that they possibly can. So I will call this your wealth and success blueprint. Now, Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, in this book, he talks about the different quadrants, E, S, B and I. E being an employee, S being a self-employed or subcontractor, B being a business owner and I being an investor. I actually like to take this one step further and apply the mindset or blueprint principles to these. As an employee, somebody that works set hours a week for a set wage, you don't have the blueprint of a CEO for a large corporation. So it would be unrealistic to expect you to make day-to-day decisions in relation to this $10 million business. Now, there's nothing right or wrong with that. It's just simply understanding and observing where your money and success blueprint is. So one of the things that we need to understand is, how did this blueprint get there? How did these beliefs get there? Where did they come from? Well, the key thing is these beliefs were formed when we were children and from past experiences. And these experiences condition our mind, and once our mind is conditioned, these become the beliefs from which we make our day-to-day decisions. So there's 3 types of programming generally that we can have. We have verbal programming, which is the sort of things that you heard over and over and over again. You could then have modelling, which is what you saw, again, generally over and over again. And then distinct episodes, which are those things that you observed and experienced. Most of the time, it's experiences that had a very high emotional charge that are embedded deep into our unconscious mind. And unfortunately, in most cases, those episodes that have a high emotional charge are negative. So a lot of the belief systems that we have around wealth and success that we've observed as young children have come from a negative aspect rather than from a positive aspect. Other ways that these beliefs can get into our unconscious mind, as well as parents, peers, teachers, and a big one is the television. So when we are hearing, seeing and experiencing things over and over, they get embedded deep into our unconscious mind and then form the framework around which we make the decisions day to day. If we think about it, it's really interesting to observe that most things that you do on a day-to-day basis, you actually don't think about. From getting up in the morning to getting ready, going to work, getting the kids ready for school, driving to school, generally at no point are you sitting there thinking, okay, what do I need to do next? Most of the decisions that you do make are unconscious. So this is the key thing with the success and wealth blueprint, is most of the time we don't even know what the beliefs are that are stopping us from achieving the success and wealth that we believe we deserve. So one of the crucial things is to actually drill down and get into, what am I believing and why am I not as successful as I believe I should be? So beliefs and perceptions are not bad. So the key is to really go through and identify those that limit us or block us from achieving success. As an accountant, I liken it to a filing cabinet. Open your filing cabinet drawer and you have all the suspension files in there. Go through those hanging suspension files and identify those beliefs that firstly are not yours and don't support your long-term objectives, and take them out. But one of the interesting things with our mind is we need to replace it with something that's positive. Otherwise, we've got an empty gap and it just goes back to doing the old way, the old habit of how things were being done before. So limiting beliefs or blockers are sorts of things like, you'll often hear people talk about, money is the root of all evil, or money isn't everything, or successful and wealthy people must have done something wrong to get where they are. And it's unfortunate, but those people, those beliefs to them are true. And those people generally, if you look at and ask them honestly, won't have a lot of success and wealth and abundance in their life, because they believe that anything attached to that is very negative. So if you don't want to have the same results as that, what we need to understand is that our belief system provides us with proof. So it doesn't necessarily be true, but it's what we look for, and our life will provide us with circumstances that will confirm the beliefs that we currently have. So if you want to be positive and think that there is an abundance of all things in life, then that's what you'll notice. If you think that everything is difficult, life is hard, and everyone's out to get you, well then that's what you'll notice. So it's just really important to understand that your belief system and your wealth and success blueprint is put into place a lot of the time by unconscious beliefs that we're not aware of. So it's now time to change that. Are you ready to have an abundance and success blueprint that represents where you're wanting to go in your life? If the answer to that is yes, there's a few simple steps that you can take that will help firstly identify the beliefs that are limiting you, and then just being aware so that you can actually change them. So one of the very first things is awareness. Observing how you react and how you behave, and identify that, oh, that's a limiting belief that potentially isn't in alignment with where I'm wanting to go. The next thing is to understand that that belief may not be from you. That belief could well have been put into your unconscious mind from family, school, etc. So it's something that potentially happened in the past. So being aware of something, understanding that it's something that is outside of you, then to actually take it a next step further is to disassociate from that. So by observing it, being aware of it, understanding where it came from, you can then say, well, that doesn't serve me any longer, and choose to think a different thought. And at that point, you recondition your mind with a new way of thinking that's going to support your longer term objectives. So again, awareness, which is identifying and observing, understanding, which is understanding where it's come from, disassociating, identifying that it's not your belief or your way of thinking, and then reconditioning, which is putting another positive thought in that place of the negative thought, which is going to achieve your longer term objectives. So what is your wealth and successful blueprint right now? Is it set for wealth and success, or is it set for hardship and struggle? I'm sure if you're watching this video that you're wanting to have wealth and success. So one of the key things to do is have a little notebook, carry your notebook around with you, and whenever you notice a limiting thought or belief or action, jot it down in your little notebook. It may not be appropriate at that moment to actually work on it, but when you're in a quiet space at home, go through awareness, understanding, disassociation and reconditioning. And you can make a real change, changing your beliefs, which then changes your mindset, which then is the decision-making framework, which is your blueprint for your future success and desires. So, if this is something that you'd like to do, I invite you to be really conscientious and understand little changes will make a big difference in your life in the long term. I'm Martienne Angelique. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day.